What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Hendo Daily, and here is my initial review and overview of the Big Idea Design Pocket Pouch. So, before we get into that, real quick, I'm going to do a quick pocket dump for the weekend. Because of this, I really don't have much else in my pockets. Obviously, that is the point of this. So, uh, I've got my Kaiser Original with the gunmetal gray aluminum scales, 154 cm steel, and an awesome button lock. Button locks are, I think, probably my favorite type of lock on here, and this has been a pretty cool knife. Kaiser makes a great button lock and just overall great knife in general. Then not much has changed as far as my wallet. Still the Trayvax Armored Summit. This has been probably the one constant in my EDC for a while now. Outside of my watch, the Invicta Pro Diver, this is on my wrist probably 5 days a week, and the other 2 days, or the one I swap it out with the most, is the Timex Expedition. Those are my two most worn watches in my rotation for sure. And the other thing I did add was the Victorinox Classic and a Phoenix EO1. I had this on my key setup for maybe 2 days. My wife had gotten this for me and really liked it, and I love the scissors, tweezers, and toothpick on it, as I've mentioned in the past video I did on this. But I think it was just too bulky on my keys, and it was starting to be too much. If anybody saw my video on the keys, I already hate having to carry two key fobs. This just added more bulk to it. So I decided to take it off, but I left them together on the key ring, or on this ring. And I thought, you know what? That would fit great in my fifth pocket. So carried this in the fifth pocket of my jeans. I haven't carried it whenever I have my uniform, or whenever I'm in uniform. But anytime I've got my jeans on, I've thrown this in there the last few days. And so it's worked out pretty good, and I'm going to continue to keep it on here. Maybe I'll throw this into the pouch at some point, but for now, I'm going to keep these on a ring together. And I've also had this wearing gym shorts around the house or going out somewhere real quick. I'll just throw that in there just to have a small blade and a light. And it's worked out pretty good. So that is what I'm currently carrying. The only thing that really rotates in and out is a pocket knife. I don't really carry the same pocket knife every single day. I have 3 or 4 that I like to rotate in and out, but for the most part, I'm swapping those out quite a bit just to be able to carry everything that I've got. So, all right, we'll go ahead. I know you're tired of me talking. Let's get into the pouch. So on this back side of the pouch, I've got some just loose cash and some change. This was mainly from today. Threw that in there from after going to the store today, because I don't really like to carry cash in this wallet. It's my only complaint. Normally, I don't carry cash anyways. It's supposed to be able to tuck back in here, but then it makes it a little more difficult to get the cards out, at least for me. So on top of not normally carrying cash, I don't really like to carry cash in this wallet anyways for that reason. So now that I've got this and I've got that little extra outside pocket, I'll go ahead and probably just keep any extra cash or loose change I've got laying around in there, and be good to go. So I'll go ahead and open this up, check everything out. And I like that it opens all the way up, completely flat. I don't know, just kind of a nice touch. It doesn't need to, but I like that it does that. So starting out, and I do not have a lot of gear in this. That was kind of, again, the intention of minimizing only what I absolutely need and use the most on I'll start saying a weekly basis. Maybe not every day, but enough during the week that I want to keep it close by and in my pocket. So cleaning cloth for knife, glasses, whatever. I think it's always good to have one of those in your kit. And then starting on the left side here, we've got a couple of Band-Aids and a couple of zip ties. And that was actually at the recommendation that somebody that commented on my other EDC pouch video. So thank you to that guy for throwing that recommendation out there. Not sure why I didn't think of throwing some of those in there before, but they've definitely already come in handy. Used a couple of band-aids. The finger is healing up nice, so we're good to go there. And then the zip ties I used, surprisingly needed one at work the other day and pulled one out, and that was part of the gear. So and then again on this side, got a Bic lighter. This is just one extra I had laying around in the junk drawer, so I threw that in there for now. And then I've got my flashlight. So this one I normally carry in my left pocket. Like prior to having this, waking up, getting ready for work, it was knife in the right pocket, light and knife in the right pocket, light in the left pocket. But that was something that, even though as much as I do use my light, I wanted to have just the knife outside of this in my pockets, because I knew the knife was not going to go in here. I thought about it, but all the knives I would normally carry were too bulky for this, and I didn't want to keep them in there. One, because I fidget and play with my knife all day long, and there would be no sense in keeping it in the pouch, because I would just be pulling it out to fidget and play with it throughout the day. So that is the only thing that I'm carrying outside of this pouch. So I've got the light in there, and then I've got a spare battery as well for the i3T. So I've got that, and then make sure. Yep. So that's it for that side. On the right side, you guys are going to make fun of me for this, and that's okay. The mini Sharpie. I did not know there were mini Sharpies. I had never really sought one out or looked for them or really thought about the possibility of a mini Sharpie. But this is freaking awesome. I love this, because the full size, just a regular Sharpie from end to end, was just making points and poking out of this thing just a little bit. And I thought, man, that'd be great if there was a smaller Sharpie. And sure enough, Amazon's got a lot of great things. So found a pack of mini Sharpies to throw in there, and I love this little guy. So pretty cool that the top can pop on and off for keychain or whatever else. But super excited that I found a mini Sharpie, and fits perfect in the pouch. Outside of that, this was something that I had stolen from my green pouch. Was the adjustable pliers, just a little crescent pair that I picked up at Home Depot. I've used these enough that they definitely needed to be in the pouch and in the rotation. And nail clippers. For whatever reason, my nails grow super fast, so I'm always clipping at them. So that had to be a must for me. And somebody recommended getting the Victorinox with the nail clippers on them. Perhaps I will do that in the future, but for now, I'm just going to keep a pair of these in the pouch and keep it moving. And then last but not least, back here, and this I just put in today, the Victorinox Bantam. It's got one blade, then it's got the setup for the wire stripper, bottle opener, flathead, kind of a pry tool kind of thing. I had another pry tool that was in my other pouch, but didn't quite fit right in here, so I went ahead and threw this in just as an extra blade, I guess, but mainly to have the pry tool and bottle opener on there. So might keep this in there, might take it out. I'm not sure yet. Still kind of in the phase of figuring out what works and what I really need in here and what I don't need. So that is everything that is in there. Lighter, flashlight, extra battery, 3 band-aids, 2 zip ties, adjustable pliers, Victorinox Bantam, clippers, cleaning cloth, mini Sharpie, and then some extra cash and change in that outside pocket. But this is the setup. This is what I've got, and so far for this past few days I've had it. Yeah, it's been a few days now. Past few days that I've had it, this has worked. I've already used everything in here at least once or twice throughout this past week that I've carried it. So I know I've got a solid setup because everything in here is getting used already. So I'm really, really glad that I picked this up, and we're going to continue to maybe, try some different things out. I didn't want to overpack it, because then it's just another giant, bulky pouch. And at that point, I might as well just carry the big green one that I have. So, and I wasn't sure if I was going to bring this up or not, but because the customer support from Big Idea Design was so awesome, I will definitely go ahead and bring it up. I already had this prior to this video. I've had it for a little bit, but unfortunately I had to send it back because after a couple days of carrying it, the bottom stitching on this side of the pouch just completely blew out, came undone. I don't know if it was from the pliers rubbing on it the way it was, or if it was just an unfortunate bad QC, or what the case was. But 2 days into carrying it, the bottom of the stitching on this side just completely blew out. And as irritated and pissed off as I was that happened, I sent them an email telling them what happened, and they're like, "Yep, absolutely, send it back. Here's the return shipping label. Send it back to us. We'll get you refunded or replace it." And sent it back immediately as soon as I had it scanned in, and it was scanned into the postal service or the post office. I already got refunded, and they said, "Here you go, order another one." So I ordered it, got it in a couple of days later, and super quick, and they were super helpful. And so I got to give a shout out to their customer support team because they were awesome in helping me getting that fixed and replaced. So this is Big Idea Design pocket pouch. Again, so far has been great. I like the size of it. I like what it carries. I don't need to overpack it or overfill it with nonsense just for the sake of carrying it. And again, we'll continue to tweak it, see what see what's going to work, see if I need to add to it, take anything out of it. But this has been a great pouch, and if you are just kind of getting into carrying pouches like I am, I definitely recommend this one for a good starter, pocket pouch. And then obviously, like the other bigger pouch that I have that carries more tools and more things, that one I keep in my backpack. But as far as everyday, just absolute essential things that you're going to use and carry, I think this is more than sufficient. The only thing I can think of that I may want to add at some point is some kind of bit driver and something with a Phillips, a flathead, and maybe 2 of the Torx bits. And so that's the only other thing I can really think of. I looked at Big Idea Design's inline bit driver. I might be messing up the name on that, but the bit bar or something, just don't see where I'm going to fit it in there right now, though, unless I swap it around or maybe put a smaller flashlight in here. But that's something I'll look into later. As of right now, I really do like this setup. Have that there so the metal's not clanking and scratching on each other between the flashlight and the pliers and clippers. And this setup has been great. So again, if you're looking into a new smaller pouch, check this one out. I definitely recommend it. And we'll do another maybe kind of follow-up review here in a month or two and see how everything's going, see if it's still holding up and how much it's changed. So thank you all for watching this today. I appreciate the support. Please like the video, subscribe if you want to see some more EDC content, and I will see you all in the next one.